Hey, good people. Hey, good people. Welcome to the BFX podcast. I am your girl, AK, and this is
Rebecca Bunn. Hi, Becca Bunn. What do you want?
Yes.
What do you want me to call
I don't know, because I don't even know if I'm going to stick with AK. I like it, but I don't know if I'm going to stick with it.
Okay.
Because it's so new, it feels still unfamiliar for me to say.
Yeah, I like Rebecca Bunn. It just flows. Rebecca Bunn.
April Kelly is a very name, if I do say so myself.
April Kelly does stand out.
I think so too.
Kelly sounds prestigious.
I feel like April Kelly, two first names always.
Oh, I didn't even think about it like that. But yeah. Two first names does sound prestigious.
I think I'm going to go back to April Kelly, y'all. Y'all just going to have to go with me. And I might go back to AK, you know. I'm not unstable in my mind, but, you know, I am a growing, evolving person.
Or is she?
Okay, so we just wrapped up our last episode about coached by culture versus convicted by Christ.
That was beautiful. It was very interesting and very enlightening. Some great reflection.
Yes,
talking points.
I do agree. I do agree. And today we're getting into a little bit more about collaboration, comparison, and competition. And so, sis, I see you. We're digging into social media, career hustle, and beauty standards, and how they create silent competition amongst Black women.
I love that.
Have you experienced that before?
Of course.
Have you been on the receiving and the giving end, or
Absolutely, both sides of it?
Talk to me about that.
So the first thing was
first one was competition.
Competition. So competition, I think it definitely, as a woman who has grown up in the era of social media, right? Constantly looking to social media for validation, to kind of, drive you. Social media was one of the main things or the main pieces that actually help promote my business. My businesses. It's been social media. Social media has been our source, right? So having social media play such a huge and vital part of culture for me. Of course, competition. Now, there's competition, then there's toxic competition. Like my competition has been, oh sis, I see what you're doing there. Let me step my game up. So from that perspective, yes, I'm competitive. But I mainly compete against myself because I was raised as an only child. I didn't really have anybody else to compete against. But it's more of like, ooh, maybe I can level up. Maybe I need to level up in this area based off of things that I see on social media. So when it comes to like business, like if I see a whole bunch of, because I have like a bunch of realtors, of course, who are my friends, and I see them selling houses or they go on a contract and I ain't closing it or sold a house that week, it does, that competitive drive in me does make me be like, well, maybe I need to go show a house. Let me go post something real estate related. But personally, it challenges me in certain areas. Like right now, my biggest thing that I've been focusing on is like my health. So seeing women who have dropped weight and are more fit and more like they're in the gym. That's been my thing with social media that kind of has me like getting a little bit more competitive and looking at my body and looking at like, okay, well, how do I need to, tighten up here and doing things like that. I think it's healthy because it doesn't, I have not experienced it to the point where it has placed me where I feel like I'm at a deficit. I feel like I still bring something to it, to social media too, to the platform. But I know a lot of women who look at other women and they're like, oh man, it seems like she has it all together because of how they display their lives on social media. So it brings about this competitive situation when it comes to motherhood. Like, oh man, she took her kids to the park today. I ain't took my kids to the park in like months. I need to go take my kids to the park. You know what I mean? But it also requires you to have a healed and a healthy view of yourself.
Absolutely.
In order for you to, kind of be. And I know we're not necessarily talking about social media, but I feel like that is
it was part of it. Yeah.
Where my head went to when I think of competition and what drives my competitive edge is what I see on social media, like what I see other people doing.
That's good. I think you hit on all of them though. Social media, career hustle with your real estate piece, and then the beauty standards about fitness. And so I feel like you hit them all, and that was really good.
Not on purpose, but that works. Tell me about you. How do you feel?
Yeah, I definitely have struggled with that in different ways, the competition part, because for one, I get comfortable at the top. Like I enjoy being on top. I enjoy being I do enjoy high level success. When that drives me. I do like results. So like to me, good results means, top placements means good for me, and it gives me a boost. So naturally I do feel like I'm competitive just in that way alone. But I do feel like I have had very much so like toxic competition here lately because I don't feel like I'm where I want to be. And I place a very high standard on myself. Like nobody could critique me any worse than I critique myself. But because I critique myself like that, that's how I receive any kind of critique. So you can say it and it not sound like the way I would say it to myself, but because that's the way I am internally critiquing myself, it falls within that same thing. So I have a problem when I'm not producing. And I know that's not necessarily always healthy. And I know production looks different because maybe I'm producing, better moments for my kids. Maybe I'm producing stability within myself or whatever. But outwardly producing, it feels like, dang, I don't feel like I'm doing anything. And I think a lot of that ties into the social media piece, which is why I will jump off social media in a heartbeat when I notice that that's what I'm starting to do. Is I'm starting to, instead of using it as a resource and a tool, I'm using it as a way to feed that pride, feed that ego within myself. And so at one point, even when I was doing the gym, so I can relate to that, it was like I wasn't even competing, but I was like looking for different body images that I wanted to use as an influence. But I think even that starts to become like, if you teeter-totter on that and go over the edge, it can become idolatry. And then with and then with the career hustle, like, I always want to win. I ain't gonna lie. I always want to win. And winning to me looks like being on top. And I know like some of the things that I've worked through in therapy, and even when I hear people come at it from a therapeutic approach, it's like winning looks different. Winning doesn't have to be first, but I'm like, but it does. But it's only one winner. You know what I'm saying? But it's only one first place. I said it. So I've been trying to establish more of a healthy viewpoint of competition, especially like how they said, when the win isn't yours. And so like when you're still in your waiting season of like right now, I feel like I'm being hidden in plain sight. And I'm like, God, what are we doing? Because I feel like I have something to offer. I know that I have something to offer, and I know that I have value, and I add value to almost any situation you put me in. But I also know that because now my ultimate goal is to please God, a lot of that don't matter. It don't hold weight over here. It holds weight in the marketplace, but it don't hold weight in ministry. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I'm like, dang, I feel like I'm starting over and I don't want to do this. Yeah. I don't want to be here. I don't want to start from the beginning. But I also know that, like I've told you before, this is my study year. I'm not supposed to be out on the front lines right now. I am preparing. I'm conditioning. I'm not supposed to be competing right now. And even when I get to competing, it's not going to look like it used to look for me.
I feel like that hit home in some ways for me too, what you said, because one doesn't look like the other. Marketplace doesn't look like ministry, right? And so I think we both talked about the gold star. I do look towards the gold star. Like, did I hit my mark? Because that's how we have always, we're high achievers. And so we've always been in sales and different things that have stimulated that natural side of us to go after everything we have.
With everything we have. Right.
And for me, I think that drive has, in like over the last couple of years, it was in like when it came down to the ministry thing. Because I was like, well, how does this fit in here? Because it's like my brain goes here. How do I excel? How do I develop? How do I, prepare myself for development in the area of ministry? Whereas on it's not like what we do. It's not that level. Like it's not, you're not leveling up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not beating out anybody. You're not doing that. Like, it's like, it's a process. It's development daily.
Yeah.
And so when you said that, that's what brought me back to just these moments over the last couple of years where I too have been battling with that specifically, ministry and marketplace. And you know how I am. I like to blend my worlds, right? I do like to blend everything that I do. So it's just how my brain works. But now in this season, trying to blend, okay, what I do for the world, how I, show up for the world. Now let me bring the word of God into this. Let me help people maneuver this there. So there's a competitive edge to me to get to that next level in ministry. But it's like, the Lord's like, no, pace yourself. Because when you do this, there are other things that are going to come along with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we've experienced that, right? So the other things that are coming along with it are more challenging, and they require development. And the development doesn't necessarily look like, oh, you passed this class. The development looks like, okay, can you love? Can you forgive? Can you do these things in the midst of the challenges?
Yeah,
and
I agree.
And it's a never ending like battle, right? It's not like we move to the next level or the grade and then that's it.
It's like you start over.
Graduate. We don't graduate till we die.
Yeah. I feel like it's a everyday. I was telling Caleb a second ago. It's an everyday picking up your cross. And this is the most I've ever felt it in my life. And what I'm doing to combat that toxic competition is I do separate myself.
Okay.
And it used to look like isolation, where isolation to me is when you're festering and you're separating yourself from all things good and bad. And so I feel like you're isolating yourself from good and bad. I feel like my separation is selective, where I am more so trying to keep the good, but downsizing in a way. I'm cutting off access points to certain things, whether it be them to me or me to it. And so that's what I've been doing. That's been helping me now is that separation piece, so I can really hear my voice. So I can hear God's voice, so I can see things that are mine to own and then do the work to own them. You know what I'm saying? And that is some tough work. Like that is that deep work that's like, by the end of the day, you could not have done anything but manage your emotions, and you feel like you went to work from a 9-to-5 job working on somebody's field. Seriously, like out in the sun all day. Like that, it beats you down, and it's so heavy. It's so heavy. And so, I mean, that's what I've been doing. But I also ask myself a lot of questions too. I'm like, why? What is it? What is it? Let's sit here for a little bit, even though it's uncomfortable. Let's think about this. Why does her doing that, him doing that, this happening make you feel a kind of way? And I just sit there with it. And then I started to be honest with myself about it. And so that's one of the things I would recommend to anyone that is
self-reflection.
Yeah, self-reflection. But give yourself the time and the grace to come across those answers. And don't feel like you got to rush yourself through it. And don't feel guilty about it. Because I feel like it's a natural thing. I don't think that it is everybody deals with it to the same degree, but I do feel like we live amongst each other. We all have different desires. Some people hit the nail on the head before we can get there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like it's something that we should be ashamed or feel guilty about. But I do think it's something that we have to expose, even if it's just like an intimate exposure, so that we could work through it.
I do believe that. And to add to it is just leaning into God in that. Mm-hmm. Because self-reflection requires you to reflect with the Lord.
Yeah.
I believe. That time, like, I know over this last 4 months, wow, it's only been 4 months. I have had to, like, normally I'm on the go a lot. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't hurt me to go on the go a lot. Lately, I have been having to have intentional time with the Lord to do exactly what you said, question and resolve and reflect and try to process what has happened well and what has not happened so well.
Right.
Because I know me and your life has been like on a windmill. It's just been turning over the last couple of months. And it requires, like you said, that self-reflection, but also is vital for anyone who is doing that reflection to do it alongside of the Holy Spirit. And so that's what has been, for me, helpful, is in those moments, leaning into the Holy Spirit to get the direction, to get the next steps. Because, again, this walk does not look like anything else I've ever done. And I believe it's causing me to mature up. Another level of maturity is coming. I'll be 35 this year. And at 35, can't even say I knew what I wanted it to look like, but I don't think I expected it to look like this.
How do you, I know we're talking about a lot of the internal pieces. When you are in friendship with other people and it's your friend that you feel like is hitting the mark, or it's your friend that is causing that trigger, or that is a representation of like the beauty standard that you are trying to accomplish, or the career hustle, or even what they post on social media. How honest are you with your friends in those moments? Do you open up, or do you feel like, okay, I don't want this to cause any kind of blemish on the relationship, so I'm going to deal with this on my own, me and the Lord?
I believe the first thing that comes to mind is, and not anything that you named, but motherhood. When I was on the process of trying to get pregnant a few years ago, that was a tough time for me. That was a really tough time for me. So from the outward, oh, they're doing well. You know, Rebecca's selling all these houses. Rebecca's doing all these things. But my heart's desire was to have a child at that time, right? And so I was intentionally setting up everything. You know, I had a team member in place, had, you know, different systems and things in place for work, so that when this baby came, oh boy, I could give this baby all that I had. Then no baby came. Had 2 miscarriages back to back, right? But I'm seeing other people have babies naturally, healthy babies. And that created a place of, why not me? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm just looking like, well, what did I do wrong? What have I done? And it wasn't that. It was just, Lord needed to use me for a certain particular thing. In that space, I did have to isolate during that season. Not only did I have to isolate, we were in the middle of COVID, so I had no other choice but to isolate. So isolating and not separating is what I did. I did isolate because I had to sit with that feeling.
Yeah, I understand that.
It was very uncomfortable. But then I started calling people. I called you, and I called other people too, and they came and sat with me, and that helped me. I couldn't hold babies for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a season I couldn't hold a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, oh, and I would stay away. You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, I went through that season of isolation. Then during that time of being by myself, I think what came out of it was you still need people. You still need to be surrounded by mothers. You still need to be surrounded by women who have children and not to distance yourself or avoid it. And through that, of course, we have our rainbow baby now. And now I feel much better, and I can look back on it and say, oh man, I see why I went through that.
Yeah.
Because there's other women who too are struggling with infertility or struggling with things like that. Who desire things that I've desired before and want that. Who may look at me like, dang, she got it all. And I'm looking like, baby, I ain't got the half of what I really want. You know? But to be able to share that testimony, because most women are not going to talk about infertility. Especially not on a platform like this. They're not going to talk about struggles of endometriosis or struggles of trying to get pregnant. We don't talk about it because it hurts. Now I can talk to from a place 5 years later of a place of being healed. Not just because I got what I wanted, but because God is good.
Yeah.
God is good. He is good. Because there were moments.
Bill, Marlon.
Yeah, I texted you.
I can't. Yeah, go ahead.
So you got all this? Or?
Yeah.
I'm just coming back here.
Please. That's good. That's so good. So what I heard you say in your process of managing that, there was a period where you had to isolate. You had to recognize that you had to adjust to something that made you feel a little more comfortable in those moments of like being triggered or while you were still kind of inflamed about it.
Yes.
And determine that, okay, I can't hold babies. I gotta, just ooh and ah from afar until I can get myself to a healthier space. And then recognizing, like, did you feel like it was punishment?
Yes.
Did you feel like God was punishing you?
I did. I did. There was a season where I did feel like that was punishment. I had done something wrong. I felt like, this was from me being a thought. This was now you here, you're married, you're living right, but now you got to deal with the consequences of that through this, right? And I battled with that. I battled with it. In some moments, I do battle with that today. Like, okay, was that the reason? Was it my sin? But then he's like, no, you're forgiven for that. This is just a journey that I have to take you through. It's a process.
Yeah. That's so good. That's so good. Mine are... I've had some of those same conversations with God even now. Because I'm like, what did I do earlier on with the blessings that you gave me that now you're having to teach me a lesson? You know what I mean? And so, like, for me, like I said, being hidden in plain sight and not seeing some of the momentum that I've wanted to see, personal life and business, it has really, because that's a lot of what... I'm not gonna say it's a lot of what drives me is being able to continue to make progress. Like, I'm inspired by the progress. You know what I'm saying? So when I see, small wins, it excites me and it gives me that boost to go. But then when you go for a gap of time where it's just like boom after boom, like blow after blow after blow, it's like, okay, God, like, are you telling me to put it down? Because I can put it down. Just say that. Don't be happy going through this, and that's what we're going to or getting to. And I have felt guilty about having those feelings of. You said it really well. Oh, having those moments where I've had to not show up in spaces and places that I typically would as a supporter, because I know that it's a trigger for me, and I don't want to bring what I'm battling to a innocent space to people who they don't deserve it. And it's not even that I'm mad or upset with them. It's just that I have to keep myself in a protected space till I heal where I can show up better and well for you all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's where I feel like I've been. And also in a place to like, in thinking about them, but also thinking about representing God, like you said. I truly want to be a good representation of God. I really do. And so like I When I realize that I haven't, that tears me up. So I try not to do that even the more. And so I'll just keep myself in a space where I'm like, okay, let me heal, let me get through it. But careful not to find so much comfort in that, that I don't step back out on the front line and do what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's that rotation. Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts, she had a sermon here recently. I forgot I think it's the keys or something like that. No, it wasn't that one. It was one right before that. But she was talking about we have to be frontliners, but we also have to know when we need to rotate, and the people that are coming out of their healing journey can step to the front because they're not healthy. Let them do the front. You heal. And then when it's time for them to step back, you step in. It's like a rotation. And my rotation now is healing. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean I don't want to be out on the front line. It's almost like an athlete. When they get injured, the worst thing or the hardest thing for them to do is to sit on the sideline and watch the game and not play. It's like, bruh, I can play on this. I promise I can play on this. And then make it worse.
Right.
And so I'm trying to sit and really recover and heal, and you know what I'm saying? So I can come back stronger, and so I can come back in a way that's not going to cause more injury. But baby, I have gotten antsy. I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to rest in that. I'm trying to rest in my waiting season. And it is phenomenal. It's something.
How will you say gratification, instant versus delayed gratification, plays a part in that waiting season?
Well, I definitely have. I can be impulsive. I can be spontaneous. We live in a microwave society and generation. So yeah, I mean, like most people, I definitely like things. And I'm trying to fall in love with the process and not just the results.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, I love the results, but if I can fall in love with the process, that's the harder part. I can really make some things shake because I already know how to start and finish. You know what I'm saying? Start strong, finish strong. If I can get that daggone preparation piece down and the conditioning piece and just the process, I'll be good. So I have preferred instant gratification, but now I'm learning to honestly be good with either or. If it comes fast, be okay with that. If it comes slow, then take that time to, I guess, just try to learn and prepare and rest as much as I can until it happens.
Okay. What are some of the key elements you do now throughout this season of, you named separation? Are you journaling? Are you doing video, like voice memos? What are you doing like to help you to reflect back later on this season?
I am, for real, y'all, this ain't even just me trying to flex or sound good, but I'm reading my Bible consistently, definitely Monday through Friday. But almost every single day I'm reading my Bible. Right now I'm reading the book of Job, which we all know that's the best book to learn about long suffering. But reading the Bible, I am in therapy. And so I talk to her, but I spend a lot of time with myself in silence, and I make myself not pick up my phone to entertain myself, to take away from what I'm thinking and feeling. So I will literally not pick up my phone at all. I turn my attention to my kids at times, so I spend more time with them, go outside. But I also have been practicing speaking in tongues during this time for 5 minutes a day. So I'll be doing that too. Just kind of like,
because I pray in the tongue.
When I tell y'all, like, it sounds funny, but I really be having to practice because I'm like, I want my tongue to sound da 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 da. But I'm just starting getting relaxed with the way that it sounds and feel. And so I do that a lot because sometimes I don't even know what to pray for in my downtime too. So I do that. I'm trying to think. I rest. I just lay in the bed certain days and I don't take a bath or put on any new clothes. I just lay there. I wake up and I just lay there all day.
I do too.
And and I have had moments where I go and I do my brainstorming. So I brainstorm for the businesses and different things that we want to get into place. I do some things on the back end, like admin, fixing our files and stuff. So it really just depends. It can look different any given day, but it feels so strange. It feels strange.
Something I've recently done is I built myself an altar in my bedroom. a sacred place where I can go, pray, read, study, cry. And it's my space, my little space. It's just a little side, 2 table, 2 chairs, little plant right there on the side of my bed where I can go and kneel. I I even took, so when you're cleaning, we have a knee pad that we clean with, or we have 2. We have one for the bathroom when we're bathing Auden and get on the floor so just don't hurt our knees, and then we have one for when we're cleaning. And I took that one and I put it on the side so that when I'm kneeling to pray, I can stay down there longer, on my face a little bit longer, because I think that this season that the Lord is bringing me into and what He's shown me is that it's gonna require me to stay there on my face. And I want that space to always be a reminder. First thing in the morning when I get up, you need to go before the Lord. Before I go to bed, you need to go before the Lord. I've cleaned my room recently, decluttered and redone my space. I added some pillows to my bed and stuff like that. So that has transformed our space. So when we walk in, it is like a sacred place.
Yes, I love that.
There was a time where my clothes ended up at the end of the bed. Well, and some they still do, but now we have a routine, better routine of, all right, we're gonna clear this off, and everything has its place.
That's so good.
And for that, it has brought about a lot more clarity.
Yes.
And I did not, when you're going through this ugly process, you don't even realize how cluttered your mind is. And with things and the comparisons, the competition, the things that are going on, that until you realize you need to purge it. And recently I've gone through that purging place where I've purged things in my room, but also spiritually purged things.
Yes, that's so good.
And it's been beautiful. How has collaboration with other women in this season for you played a role in how you're showing up?
That's so good. In so many ways. I feel so covered. Am I gonna cry? That came out of nowhere.
Tissue right behind you.
I do. I feel really covered. I feel so covered in this season that I'm just like, wow, this is what that feels like. And then I'm like, I need every female to feel this way, because like, it's nothing like being covered by a woman who genuinely is covering you. Like, she genuinely cares about you. She's genuinely acceptant of you. She's not judging you. She is there. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that she got to be there every second of the day. Y'all got to be talking on the phone every second of the day. No trauma bonding, no none of that. She truly wants to be in community with you. And so for me, even allowing that to be my story and not like, you know what I'm saying, protecting all the exits and entrances, you know what I mean? Like, just allowing people into my space, it has been it's had a blossoming effect to where like, wow, I didn't realize I could feel this way. I didn't realize that, you know what I mean, this was possible for me. Like, I knew it's things that I have longed for at different times, but it is just beautiful. Me and Keita, we celebrated the end of the fast together. And so we took the kids over there. But before we got there, my kids made her kids like Resurrection Sunday bracelets. Aww. And they also gave them some sunflower seeds that they could plant, because their dad had been talking to them about planting seeds and that what you plant doesn't come up the same day, all those kinds of things. And so we went over there, had dinner. We talked about the fast. And then afterwards, we did the fire pit, and we were all around the fire pit. The kids were playing. And we were just talking about like just things, definitely the fast and God, but we were also talking about our future and where we see we want to be and just all these different things. And I was like, wow, like this is amazing. It feels so amazing. And then I've had several women to check in on me. And I check in on them, and we, there are times when I just call and we have good conversation. We can laugh. Everything ain't deep. Now we do be still having conversations, just cutting up. But the
everything's deep with April. Don't believe that.
No, it ain't. But it's been so good, especially going through some of the hiccups too that I've had, some of the challenges still. But I feel like I have a couple of women around me that I can bare my soul to.
Yeah.
And it's like so safe to do that. Like I can say that I'm human. I can say that I'm wrong. I can say that, girl, the clothes is piled up to the ceiling. Like I feel like I'm finally in a place where it's not a performance. I don't have to perform for people. I don't have to please people. I don't have to, I can just be.
I love that.
I love that for me too, girl. Ooh, I love that so much.
I love that.
So it's been great. It's been helpful. I can tell you that. It's made life that much more worth the living. For real.
That's beautiful.
You?
I love that. Collaboration wise, y'all know I love to meet new people. I love to network.
Yeah.
But not network from a place of like business. Like lately it has been like, I just want to get to know God's people. So I've been like, and it hasn't been a place of like me intentionally doing it. It's been naturally happening. Like just yesterday, another real estate agent, she was in town and she called me out of the blue. We had just sat down to the table, me and the team, just sat down to the table. And she texted me. She was like, "Hey, where are some good burger spots?" I was like, "Well, I'm at this place. We're about to try some food right now. You can pull up." She was like, "Send me your location. I have a client who wants a burger. Let's go. You know, we're gonna pull up." And her client was from Texas, and she came there. They came a little bit later. We had already gotten our food. Their food came a little bit later, and then so my team ate, and then everybody left, and I stayed behind. Girl, the client, she was just divulging the things that she does, that she wants to do when she gets here, because she's literally moving across the country to North Carolina. And she was like, she's been looking for her people. And we started talking. She was like, "I feel like I found my people." Like,
oh, that's so beautiful.
It was like, Lord,
that's so beautiful.
You cunning in the way that you do things. And it was like, we couldn't take credit for the strategic planning, nor could the other realtor. Like, it literally happened organically. And so these organic divine connections are happening more and more, which is something that I believe we both have prayed for.
Absolutely.
A divine partnership.
Absolutely.
Like what you guys are learning at your church and stuff like that. And praying for those covenant partnerships, sorry.
It's okay.
And I'm just like, okay, Lord, I see what you're doing strategically. I see what you're doing strategically. Placing people around me to propel things forward. And so, again, my biggest challenge is, okay, don't forget and don't fumble the bag. You know, don't forget, set up, you know, systems so that you have time to cultivate those friendships and those relationships. Because my challenge is I like to collaborate and learn new people all the time. But sometimes maintenance of those relationships falls short because I get busy. And yes, I can do these things, but do I have the time to maintain them? So just trying to facilitate building systems where I can meet with these women, talk with these women, learn from women. And so we have an event coming up towards the end of the year. Super excited about it. Planning it. Again, collaborating with another woman on doing it. And so I look forward to releasing more information about it.
That's going to be great. I love it.
So yeah, those are the things.
Yeah. So I know we are probably at our time, but we're going to end it out real nice with this question. So what does true celebration look like when the win wasn't yours? How do you still show up for other people during those moments? Other women?
That is something that I have not had a lot of challenges with. I can still show up. I remember years ago, I mishandled an opportunity to show up in spite of. And I lived in regret a few years late after that. And I said I would not do that again. And that's particular season was 2013. You know, I had Garen when I was 19. I had her in 2010. So I dropped out of college during that time to be a mom. And my graduation year was 2013. And my best friend, Talisha, was graduating that year. And I was supposed to be at her graduation. I stayed home in isolation because I was embarrassed that I wasn't graduating too. And I said, I'm never going to do that again. And I was crying that day. Like, I moped. I was beating myself up. I was back in school during that time, but I really sat in this space and was like I couldn't move. I can't even say I was necessarily jealous of her. It was just that like I told you, I couldn't hold the babies. I couldn't move that day. I was really hurting and grieving what I thought I should be doing during that season.
Yeah, definitely had that moment.
And I said I could not do that again to anybody else. So moving forward, because I regretted it like that. So last year she graduated with her master's. I was literally flew in. I organized everything. Literally flew back in the same day and made sure we had her dinner and everything was great. And if I misstep, because I'm human, I know that I'm going to do it. I try to ask God for clarity on, okay, when I misstep, show me that I misstep and let me do it right the next time. So that for me, it wasn't my moment. Yes, I want my master's. Yes, I want heck, I want my degree, my bachelor's degree. But we're not there yet, right? And so being able, I mishandled it the first time. But the second time when I had another opportunity, I wanted to make sure that I did what was right for my best friend, for this woman that I claim I love. You know what I'm saying? So that's been my... What about you?
There are times where I can do it and it's no problem. I can still show up and be broken. You know what I'm saying? And have things going on in that same field, in that same space. That's the total opposite of what I'm going to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? And I can be fine and you never know. And then there are times where it's too sensitive. It feels, it's like I can't even stomach seeing this person doing this thing because God, I know that I'm not in the right space to be able to exude positivity. You know what I'm saying? I know that I stink on the inside right now and it's going to come out. Somebody going to sniff it out. So I'm going to stay home. But I have fumbled a moment like that with someone where it was a similar thing. They were graduating with their master's and they had a graduation party. And they had shown up for my Sure launch. They came, and that person and I, we weren't necessarily besties or, you know what I'm saying, that tight or had a super healthy relationship. But even still, they still showed up and they didn't have to.
Right.
And so when that time came around for them, I was not in a great space. I just was not. But I still feel like I could have shown up. Now, granted, I am going to say I did go and set up for the thing. So I felt like that was the contribution that I could do without becoming a distraction to the celebration.
Right. And
so I went the day before, helped set up. And even in the interaction that I had with that person that day, I could tell I wasn't ready to be around them. I was not ready because I couldn't even, I threw a little bit of shade. So I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have to do this and I'm going to have to bounce. Because April, I'm not able to handle myself appropriately in this moment.
Or handle the other individual.
Or the other, I can't handle her responsibly right now. And I hate that I acted that way, but I failed in that moment. I did. I dropped the ball in that moment. I missed the mark. And so now in hindsight, when I look back and I reflect on, how I've handled that person specifically, but also just in general, how I handle people when I'm going through, I have to be able to be mature enough to know where my limits are.
Yes, that's good.
I got to know my limits. So if I know I can't handle it, don't test it, baby. Just stay home, send a card, send a gift, let them know you love them, plan something later. Hey, can I take you out to dinner to celebrate your accomplishment? And that's okay too.
Yeah, I feel like that's okay. But you have to know yourself.
You do.
And I feel like that is one of the biggest things, people can judge, they can frown, they can, but you have to know yourself and how you going to show up. If you're not going to show up in your best suit for that individual, you know.
I can be stanky and I can be messy and I can be petty and I can be all of the things that I don't desire to be. And so in those moments, I gotta give April a little bit of extra time, a little bit of extra space to get herself together. It's not always easy to put on that mask.
Oh, yeah.
The mask ain't gonna cover a stench.
Right.
Like you can put on makeup all day long and if you ain't washed, we still gonna smell you.
Right.
So it's like, I feel like for me, just knowing myself well enough to know where my limits are, and handle people responsibly. So that's good.
This has been good. I love you, girl.
I love you too. I love you too. Well, thank y'all.
Y'all enjoyed this.
Yes.
I hope you've
y'all.
enjoyed this. And while we were talking, I've been listening to Mel Robbins' Let Them. And a lot of the themes of that book have been trickulating through this conversation. So I would encourage you guys to listen or read that book when you get a chance. But this has been a great episode. I really hope that you have had time to reflect and had an opportunity to think on some moments of how you can show up better.
Yeah.
Think on some moments of, how you can better self-reflect so that essentially, ultimately, the women and the people that are in your circle can get the best version of you. With that being said, we're going to call this episode a wrap.
It's a wrap, y'all. Honor God, honor yourself, and handle people responsibly.
That's beautiful. I love
Bye,
it.
good people.